Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyane. This morning I would like to look into the case involving the real mastermind, Patricia Mashale. Patricia Mashale's case in the Bloemfontein High Court was heard last week. And in that case, General Sibiya is suing Patricia Mashale for defamation. General Sibiya's lawyers argued in that court that Patricia Mashale had made defamatory statements about General Sibiya relating to the tampering of the scene in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. There is also another allegation that she's supposed to have made, that General Sibiya accepted a bribe from some businessman. But it is the allegations relating to the tampering of the scene, of the crime scene rather, in the Senzo Meyiwa trial that I am more interested in. Let me just also say to you, defamation in itself is based on the fact that one makes allegations that, you are damaging my character by making certain allegations. I've already alluded to the allegations that General Sibiya's lawyers have made. And Patricia Mashale's defense to defense or case is based on the fact that those allegations are true and that they are in the public interest. In other words, her lawyers vouched for the truthfulness of the fact that General Sibiya has indeed played some role in ensuring that the crime scene in the Senzo Meyiwa trial is tampered with, and that it is in the public interest to have disclosed that information. Now, we have had information coming out of the Pretoria High Court. And that information that we have coming out of the Pretoria High Court is that the crime scene was cleaned. Mapiri was ordered to clean that crime scene, such that when other investigators got to that crime scene, it had already been cleaned, allegedly because it was said that when the police arrive, they should find the place in a clean state. But all in all, that amounts to tampering with the scene. Because once a crime scene has been identified as a crime scene, like the Kumalo house, the first thing that has to happen is it has to be cordoned off. And access to that crime scene has to be limited to only a few people, so that nobody should be allowed to just walk in and out of a crime scene who has got no business being there. So that everybody who enters that crime scene or who goes beyond that cordon has got some business to conduct there related to the investigation. In the Senzo Meyiwa trial, we have seen that the Kumaro house was never treated as a crime scene. People even walked in and out of there. And we know for a fact that it was never treated as a crime scene because there had been that narrative that people had, intruders had come into the house and they had run away in the direction of the park, so that the focus of the investigation then moved away from the house. But that was improper because the starting point in any investigation is the crime scene itself. Even if a version had been given to the police that there had been intruders into that house and that they ran in the direction of the park, the crime scene should have still been cordoned off because that is all where it all happened. You see, there are things like bullet shells to be collected there and many other investigative activities which have to be taken on the crime scene. So, clearly, in the sense of Meiwa trial, in the sense of Meiwa investigation rather, the crime scene was never protected and treated as a crime scene. And that lack of protection amounts to interfering with the crime scene. That is the facts as we know them on the ground. So if Patricia Mashale's defense is that, or allegation is that, the crime scene was tampered with, it is all there on record. Mapiri cleaned up that place, and that is not in dispute. So on that score alone, what Patricia Mashale alleged is true. And having established the truthfulness of that allegation, the next leg of the inquiry is then whether such disclosure was in the public interest. Indeed, it was in the public interest, because the public has got an interest and a vested interest in the administration of justice in this country. So that if crime scenes are left unattended, the public have got to be told about this. They have an interest to know what is happening in that investigation. It is not a private investigation. So on those grounds, I think the case should go in favor of the real mastermind. But I am not trying to preempt the outcome of those legal proceedings. But I'm just giving you some kind of context. It is, in my own view, I think, unfortunate that this matter has landed in court. Because in my own view, this is a way of weaponizing the courts against whistleblowers. I was listening to General Shadrach Sibiya's lawyer saying that, Patricia Mashale, the real mastermind, is a self-styled whistleblower. Well, I don't know what a self-styled whistleblower is. All I know is Patricia Mashale is a whistleblower. If she's a self-styled whistleblower, so be it. Who was going to make herself? She has styled herself a whistleblower. And if she has got some news out there that she wants to bring to the attention of South Africans, and in the process perhaps styles herself as a whistleblower, she's perfectly entitled to do that, because nobody's going to style you as a whistleblower. You take the initiative as an individual to be a whistleblower, and that can be a very dangerous occupation. So I think it's rather unfortunate because it sends out the wrong message. This kind of litigation sends the wrong message out there that you blow that whistle, will be on you, will slap you with defamation proceedings. But having said that, let us look forward to how this particular matter unfolds. And see where it goes, because judgment has been reserved to next week. I will be bringing you that judgment and an analysis of that judgment. Having said that, let me conclude this episode that yesterday I indicated that I'm in a position to represent Sibiya, accused number 1 in the sense of Meyiwa trial, if I'm called upon to do so, and that I will render my services free of charge. I stand by that commitment, and nothing will make me change my mind. I am committed to the pursuit of justice in this country as a South African, with all the risks involved. I am humbled by the response that I got from you viewers. I have never had so many comments in my inbox. And some of you even sent me private WhatsApp messages to congratulate me for this initiative. I am simply humbled. I don't have the right words to express my gratitude. But all that I can say is, thank you, South Africa. I will do my very best. I know the risks involved, but we are all mortal people. Like my priest was saying in church yesterday, we are just ordinary visitors on this planet. Ours is a very short time, and we'll go where we will go where we came from. So I am aware of the risks, but I have an obligation as a legal practitioner. I have an obligation to the Meyiwa family to do something, and I will do something. That I will not be deterred by any pressures. I've lived my life. I'm over 60 now, and I will not let things like this just go by without somebody standing up to say, enough is enough. But let me thank you, South Africa, for watching this video. Let me thank you for all the views that I'm seeing and all the subscriptions that I'm seeing. And let me make a humble plea about the adverts that come in the middle of these videos. Please don't skip those videos. Don't skip those adverts. I know they can be a bit disturbing, but don't skip those adverts. They give us a little income. They keep the home fires burning. This is why some of us are able to bring you episode after episode, like the Daily Fix has now been doing for the last 6 months. Having said that, let me once more thank you and wish you a wonderful Easter. I went to church yesterday and I'm going to church today, and my spirits are very, very high, and I am optimistic rather, because I'm an internal optimist. I believe in a better future for this country. And if there's anything I can do, God willing, I will do it. Thank you very much.